Do not eat Popeyes. You will go crazy from both ends. Anyway, good morning, y'all. It's Timidity. Also, I know you like Timidity. It's 9:30 in the morning, and you're already drinking a C4 Jolly Rancher energy drink. Did you even have water? First of all, it's zero sugar. So, I'm not going to get diabetes. I'm going to get cancer because it's probably got aspartame and you can taste it. But, I'm feeling pretty good this morning. I'm up and about. I keep waking up at like 8 a.m. for some fucking reason. I have no idea why. It's so surreal. I'm the type of person where I wake up at like, well, okay. Usually, like, admittedly, 1 p.m. Hot mess life. I'm sure you knew that. That hot mess life is going down. I mean, let's be honest here. I don't want to. I want to be nice to myself this morning. I won't drag myself, but it's like if you looked at me and you thought, "Oh, to me is a well-rounded person with a perfect life." Fuck no, baby. People always think that about me. They always have. I hate to break it to you. I just put the hot in hot mess, and I wear it well. God bless. That should be a bar. That should be in a rhyme. Hot mess, God bless. Mm-mm. Always wake up naked so I never need to undress. Ayy, got your nigga feeling deep, duress. Ayy, I'ma help him de-stress. I don't know. I'm tired. I just woke up. Well, technically I woke up at like 8 a.m. I had a bunch of weird dreams. Oh, but first of all, let me tell you about this nigga I'm tormenting. I'm almost done tormenting him. I'm almost done. I have like one more thing in my arsenal that I'm gonna get off my chest. But if you're wondering, hey Tamia, how's it been going with that weird white supremacist dude? A lot has happened. I'll put it this way. Do you know how, like, I said a few weeks back how he got angry at me and he said that I was a fucking nigger that he wanted to shoot in the head and lynch from a tree, and how I should come fucking find him because if he finds me, he'll put a bullet in my fucking head? Well, considering it's been weeks later and no bullets have been shot whatsoever, funny enough, it took him like 12 hours that day to go from heavy threats at 11 a.m. to, oh, now I guess I won't spend time with my dying mother who has cancer, because I'm going to have to go to prison for a felony, because you upset me. I said, what kind of white woman logic is that, bitch? You better stop. Stop it, Luke. Or Beatrice, whatever fucking name you want to go by. Weird ass nigga. Either way, let's just say he underestimated how many people I have on my side. I could list out everything I've done in this video. I don't give that much of a shit. I'm not really scared of anything. There's nothing that really scares me. I hate to say it. And I know you're like, is that the caffeine talking? Maybe. But is there anything that really scares me? Not really. Just not fucking really. I'll fucking not. Heh, is there shit that scares me? Not really. I ain't scared of white bitches like Luke Thomas Healy. Ooh, fuck that nigga. But anyway, how do I even sum up what's happened with this man? Okay, I'll put it this way. I'm friends with several very, 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 very popular and also semi-famous people. So, it wasn't very hard to tell them, like, hi, here's a guy that threatened to lynch and kill me. Would you mind posting this on your social media? You know, it just shows everything he's done. It shows how, like, the screenshots of text where he said he wanted to suck dick in my honor, the screenshots of messages where he admits that he will be the type of man to order food at IHOP or any restaurant, and if it comes out wrong, he'll just eat it and pay for it anyway because he's scared of any sort of confrontation. His threats saying that he thought I was a fucking monkey and a nigger and all sorts of fucked up threats, and many, 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 many more. And let's just say plenty of people have seen that. A lot of people have seen that. I like to think that has fucked up his digital footprint very well. Like, imagine 1 second you're like, I'm gonna send to me an angry, fucked up voicemail, and then several micro celebrities blast your image all over the fucking state of New York City, and everyone knows that you are now, like, that it's like, oh, okay, so this is a repressed homosexual who used to have a heroin addiction that he always wants to tap into. He always wants to tap into. Imagine me tapping a needle. That would be a funny joke. But either way, everyone knows that you get ignored by bitches. Everyone knows that you see yourself as a fucked up, fat ass, 24-year-old Christian unemployed loser who doesn't respect his faith, has no one who loves him, and constantly thinks of suicide. 'Cause fuck you. 'Cause fuck you. 'Cause fuck. And now you want to bite the hand that fed you. Or more specifically, the one girl that was willing to tolerate someone like you. And before you go tolerate, I'll put it this way: you look at the videos I've already recorded about this asshole, and you can understand my logic behind certain things. But for the most part, if you're wondering why were you involved with him, one, money. Two, I still think he's brainwashed. But you know what? He's a fucking idiot and a loser. 1 second, I gotta put in my charger. Oh, but my hatred for this nigga is astronomical. But I'll put it this way: I'm one of those people where I have a lot of patience and sympathy. So while a part of me was like, I think this dude went to a conversion camp or something, because the way his entire life has changed over the course of a year, with him getting unestranged from his family, getting sober, detransitioning after 10 fucking years or more of being Beatrice, going back to being Luke after, and then also all the self-hate, like a bunch of shit just adds up to this is someone who is extremely unhappy with their life but too cowardly and pathetic to change it. I sympathize with that. Okay, I'll put it this way: my chaotic demeanor has led to some positive life changes in people, believe it or not. Trust me. Like my ex Morgan, I'll put it this way: I had to air his ass out to his family. I said some terrible things to his entire family. I'm pretty sure I've done that twice now. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've done it twice. Did I do it twice and he still dated me for a year? That's so fun. That's fucked up, but it's funny because niggas are stupid and not self-preserving people. So I don't know, niggas will just be cowardly or stupid as fuck. And they'll be like, I'm gonna come into Tomitty's life and try to fuck it up. And it's like, nigga, my life's already fucked up enough. You think I have spare, I have nothing to lose, and I don't have spare mental health to just be. It's like, if you want me to love and care about you, sure, absolutely. If you want to come into my life and fuck it up, I have nothing to lose by trying to ruin your life. You wanted to drag me down to the dark pits of hell and go back to your normal civilian life? Fuck no, nigga. I'm gonna make you have heart palpitations and be scared of me for weeks, for months, for years. I will fuck you up so bad without laying a fucking hand on you or being remotely near your city. I will terrify you. You'll have niggas that live states away hitting you up like, damn nigga, are you okay? I know how to do that, and I will happily do that. I did that to Morgan. And his weird ass, like, I'll put it this way. I said some shit to Morgan's mother. What did I say to Morgan's mother? I said some quotes that to this. I said some shit to her in a family group chat that. I'll put it this way. I said some things to her that were so bad that she started hugging him, and she has went most of her life not hugging him. They had a terrible relationship before I crashed out on her. I said some shit like, you always want to throw the fucking Bible in his face. You want to throw fucking the Bible in his face and say that for every little thing and how much of a disappointment he is when he's gotten all his bad traits from you. The lying, the cheating, the stealing, the gossiping, all that shit. He got it from you. The sex addiction, the constantly chasing after lovers that don't want them back. He got that shit from you. You hate him because he represents what you are, and you want to shit on him. And that is your fucking problem. Like, I get it. You want your son to be a better person, but how are you going to make him a better person if you're always fucking jumping down his throat when you yourself can't even practice those same values? So I'm just saying, you always want to say for every little action and every small disappointment that he's going to go burn in fucking hell. Well, guess what? You better keep his seat warm, bitch, because you're going to be there first. And then I said that, as well as a few other things. And that shook her ass to the core, because I think she was kind of gagged. She kind of got it. Like, the whole family was just like, fuck. I aired out everything. I was like, speaking of which, this brother is cheating on his fucking wife and is a passport bro. This motherfucker, and like, I was I was airing shit out. I didn't give a shit. This nigga did this. This nigga did that. This nigga over here stupid as fuck. And Morgan's ugly. And he still will fuck me after all is said and done. And you know what happened? Morgan still tried to fuck me after all is said and done. It was very interesting. I did apologize, because I did feel bad. I was like, oh, that was a lot. That was a lot. I remember what Morgan did. I don't know if what he did at the time was worth that big of a crash out, but it happened. Oh, I think I remember what he did. Yeah, I'll put it this way. I don't handle being led on well. And it's like, if I'm fresh out of a breakup and trying to do like a sexy rebound, and then you start hyping me up as if you're going to be my next amazing fated lover, and then you abandon and ghost me coldly and start acting like, You know, I'm not gonna handle that well. People need to stop doing that with me. Do you know how many times that, I'll put it this way, it's very funny how historically, it's like I'm a succubus of some sorts. Men don't need you to be a good person to be attracted to you. And sometimes, even if you are, like, sometimes it has been situations where a man has fucked me up a million times over, and then it's just like, I know I did her dirty and she's losing her mind now, but is it bad that I still want to fuck her and kind of date her? Like, I don't know. She looking kind of wifey, and it's like I've seen it happen where a dude will, like, it doesn't matter what happens between me and a dude, they will still try to, in their mind you can see the cogs turning where it's like, she still would make an amazing wife someday. Am I sure I don't want this to work out? And it's like, sir, I just punched you in the nose like 2 weeks ago. He had it coming. Trust me, if you knew the story of that guy who I punched in the nose, he had it coming. Oh yeah, 19 with a 29-year-old. Ugh. That's enough said right there. I don't even need to tell you about his weird fetish for chicks with eating disorders and more. I didn't have an eating disorder, and he was annoyed about that. Jesus Christ. Ah. Anyway, as I was saying. But yeah, me and Morgan still dated. After all was said and done, it was strange, but somehow it did. And then next thing you know, he went from this total porn addict, sex addict asshole to actually, like, getting a career. Like, he went from just some unemployed loser living in his grandma's basement collecting fucking rare Resident Evil comic books and video games and shit, to next thing you know, he was actually, like, working a hard, laborious job as a gardener and actually saving up money and clearing his debt and working on his habits and trying his, like, it was sweet. It was one of those funny points where it's like, despite how shit was a flaming trash fire at some point, eventually he became the guy that was like, hey, Timmy, I'm taking you out to this exclusive Italian restaurant. Here's a big bouquet of flowers. I got you a ring and a bracelet, and I just want to see you smile. Let's take a million photos together. And you know what? I want to have you over almost every night of the week. Let's keep going on dates. I'll get you whatever you want. I want to be a man for you. We should name our first kid, like, I don't know. I like Alessandra. Oh, you like Alessandra? That was on my baby name list too. And like, it was cute for a while. Did things end well? No. But I'll put it this way. Morgan literally hit me up like a few days ago. Like, I'll put it this way. I have beat Morgan's ass. There's a long story behind that. And if you're wondering, yes, he did deserve it. He tried to rape me. I beat the shit out that nigga. And he still, afterwards, he tried, like, immediately after. And then, I'll put it this way. To this day, he still kind of makes offers of, like, Tamia, are you sure you don't want to have sex with me again? Please, I'll let you beat my ass like last time. I kind of liked it. I was like, that's... Your mother should have hugged you more often. Because your mother should have hugged you. Your mother should have hugged you, and that's why you are the way you are. But then again, Morgan's dad also locked him in a room all the time until he was like 4 to do crack and drugs and heroin. So, like, I'm just saying, like, the cards were not stacked in Morgan's favor to make him like a person who knows about bonding and all that and communication and healthiness. Like, his mom was a fucked up individual. She wants to do all the Christian harping now. But I'm gonna just say it. Like, Morgan told me a story about how, as a joke, she took one of his teddy bears and tied a noose around its neck and had it hanging in the living room and mocked him for crying when he was like 8, 9. She's a sick woman. And if you're wondering, yes, she also was a cop. Like, most of her life, she was a cop. And allegedly, well, I won't say too much. I won't say too much. But let's just say Morgan himself was always like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she used her looks and her beauty and her seductiveness to, like, get out of certain situations, which is bad. Also, I have to say, imagine how I felt, like, almost a full year into dating Morgan, and I was in his, like basement area leading up to his bedroom, and then I just see a full closet full of, like, fucking police department jackets, and I'm like, is this for a costume party or something? He was like, no, everyone in my family is a cop. I was like, every single person in your family is a cop. And you were just letting me text every member of your family heinous things about you? I was threatening you. I was saying horrific, terrible things to you and your family for ages, and your whole family was cops, and they just didn't do shit. But then again, when have you heard about cops doing shit? Like, actually doing their jobs correctly? So, but still, even then he was like, we decided you were mostly harmless. Like, we didn't like it, we hated it. It fucked us all up. We hated it so much. But it was just like, like, I don't know. Their logic doesn't make sense. I don't know. Sometimes I just think, okay, there's a concept I've heard about, and like some religions have this concept, but there's also the concept in Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, the comic book. And yes, I'm into that type of shit. Come on now. And there's a concept that some people are put on this planet specifically to be chaotic because that's their life purpose, is that they're supposed to fuck with people in a certain way that makes them grow. And so they will never truly face consequences for their actions. And I have to say, sometimes I feel like I'm in like a story that has idiot plot, but also like extreme plot armor because it's like, okay, for the sake of the plot, we're gonna need this girl to harass this guy who literally has a family of like 18 fucking cops, and she somehow still gets away with it. Okay, whatever. Honestly, I'm gonna say some shit, and I hope it doesn't jinx me. I'll knock on wood. I've dated dudes who have told me it's like, yeah, I've got like 16 rifles and like 7 handguns. Yeah, and I have constant intrusive homicidal thoughts and no moral code. I would kill for you, Tamia. And it's like, oh. And then I did terrible things to that nigga. But guess what? Here I am still breathing. My ex's whole family was cops. I got away with everything I did and probably will continue to do so. Knock on wood. Not like I plan to deal with him further. He harasses me at this point, and they all know that. They all know he still sees me. They know that he like, I don't know. It's just so funny. Let's see. Oh, I've dated men who are hackers. Several guys who are hackers. Nothing bad has happened to me so far. Nothing bad. I'm just saying, it is kind of funny that it's like I've dated hackers. Hackers. I have dated men with 16 guns. I've dated men with police department connections. Ew. And then on top of that, I have, what else did I do? I don't know. I've dated a lot of weird ass people, and yet I still come out unscathed. I'm grateful for it. Aside from obvious emotional damage and being like, oh no, these white boys keep ruining my life. Time to get another one. Like, anyway, so when Luke Thomas Healy was like, I'm gonna fucking take your life and find me, I found him. I found the fuck out of him. And I told his whole family, I was like, hey, guess what? Here's screenshots of your son being gay, of your brother very much still wanting to suck dick in my honor, all about his heroin addiction, all about his suicidal thoughts, all about how much he fucking hates you and how he thinks your house is a prison, and how he wants to run away from you and live with someone like me and marry me and breed the shit out of me and get me pregnant and have a life with me so that he can escape someone like you. Which was insane after only a few weeks of knowing me, but what can you say? People do weird things when they have a hot woman for the first time in their life and when they're very desperate in a fucked up situation. But yeah, shit got crazy. And I'm just saying, this nigga, I'll actually, fuck it, I'll say it. He was just hitting me up like 2 days ago, at maximum 3, and he still wants me. Like 3 minutes into a phone call with me. Like, let's just say we were having text arguments where he was like, why would you do that? What you did to me was so bad, Timothy. It was so bad. And I was like, well, okay. Like, he was like, how dare you? Do you even know the consequences of what you've done? My brother, I've tried to fix my relationship with him, and it's taken over 2 years to do so, and we were getting so close, and you ruined it. I said, yeah, well, your brother's a fucking bigot who secretly deep down was never going to love you again. If he was willing to abandon and estrange you, when you were seen as like a trans woman who was a communist. And I'm just saying, it's like, yeah, your brother's a racist, fascist piece of shit who hates what you truly are and what you're trying to hide. I don't know what you want me to say. He was like, you don't even feel a little bit bad? Oh, because I left you one little voicemail when I was in distress. And I was like, you threatened to fucking murder me. You said I was a nigger who you were going to hang from a tree and shoot in the head. And then you specifically said, come find me. And I found you. And now you want to complain. And I actually told him, I said, you know what? I want you to, here, if anything, now's your golden chance. Come find me now. Come fucking fight me. Come whoop my ass then. Come on. If you say you're about it, be about it. And he was like, I never said I was about it. And it's like, no, you did. We got you in 4K saying that you were about it. And so I decided to show how I'm about it. Because if you say you're about it, then you, like, I'm just saying, if you say you're gonna kill me, fucking do it. I'm waiting. Because then when you threaten to kill me and call me slurs, I have no obligation to be sweet to you. Did he just think I was gonna just be a sweetie who's like, I'll leave him alone and never have hatred for him again? No, I'm going to let it be fucking known that you are a nigga with a 4-inch penis and a 5-foot tall forehead with far apart eyes and no friends, no family that loves you, and you are a weak ass bitch. I said terrible things to his family. I told his mother that 25 years ago, I texted this on his birthday. Like, right as it hit 1 a.m., I mean, fucking midnight. I said, 25 years ago, you made a bitch for me. You made a fucking bitch for me. And I like mine to be prettier. But I'll take what I can get for now. And I said quite a bit more. And I said, you fucked up so much as a parent that he likes women like me. That's not my first time using this line. I will tell that to a woman. I said, you have fucked up so much as a parent that it's like he's dated abusive, terrible women where he has to ask me, like after one single date, to please never beat him when the thought has never came to mind, and he shakes all the time like a crusty-eyed white dog, like a fucking chihuahua with a seizure. Like, nigga, I'll put it this way. Any documentary that Luke Thomas Healy has ever been in, you see him whenever someone asks, oh, do you think your mother did the right thing? Like, you see him fully go, oh, well, yeah, she loves me. It's like, see, that is the reaction of someone who is being tortured or has received electroshock therapy. Because why do you shake that hard when someone asks if you think your mom was a good person that truly loves you? I'm just saying. Like, for so many reasons. I really pity the dude. I did. But I'll say it. A few days ago when we were having our little spat, not our first time. We just have random ass spats sometimes. And if you're like, why are you still in contact with him? I don't know, because I'm a bitch. And also boredom. But also because I'm a bitch. And then also because he's a bitch. And sometimes you just have to queen out with a fellow, little white bitch. It's funny how it's like a weird T for T situation, but it's confusing gay math, where it's like he's in the closet because he's definitely in some sort of weird ass situation where his family is controlling him, but he's also just a fucking fool. And then I'm non-binary and gender fluid and shit, and bisexual, but it just doesn't come out much. But people know. It's why I'm a magnet to gay dudes. And then meanwhile, he's like, I'm a straight male, sort of. Yeah, I would suck dick in your honor, Timothy. Shut up, bitch. And then also, like, I'm just, oh my god, like, I get the feeling that if things, I don't know, I'm just saying, I don't think they truly stand and believe their cause in the slightest, and so many signs point to that. They definitely are racist. They are racist. They want to pretend they're not. They are racist. But I do think they're gay. And so, funny how our conversations would just get so stupid. It was just like two bitches trying to gaslight each other. It's very funny talking to a white man who used to be a woman, because he still has white woman tendencies. Like, he talks like fucking Grace Kelly. Like, whenever he's mad, he'll just be like, you are out there saying disgusting, vile things about my body. I remember, and also there was like a weird sexual tension there where even if we were having a phone call just shit talking, and I said, do it. Come on, do it. Swear, swear. You know what you want to call me. You know what you want to call me. Swear. Come on, do it. I dare you. You want to. Come on, it's free. You could do it. Say what you want to say. And then you would just hear him stutter and be like, I didn't swear. Hey, please, don't act like you haven't sworn before. Do not act like you haven't sworn around me before. You say vile things about me all the time, and you never enjoyed sex with me. And then sometimes things would pop up where he would just casually admit that he was mad that I said that I didn't enjoy sex with him the one time we fucked. Ew. 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 And then it's like just I don't know. It's funny that sometimes he would be like upset and just casually let it slip in moments that it's like he secretly would be sad. Like she thought sex with me was bad. She thinks I'm ugly. She said I should kill myself. I did say you should kill yourself because you said you were going to kill me. So therefore, I'm going to leave you a voice message saying that you have no fucking reason to live and that you should try slitting your wrists again or putting another needle in your fucking veins and this time doing what needs to be done because there is no God that loves you. And I know, like, to me, that's fucked up. I didn't, obviously, I was saying it when I was drunk off of 2 Moscow mules and very pissed at this nigga. And this was before I even fully crashed out. This was when I was really just kind of like, it was the fresh, like, slur slinging slasher stage where he had just done what he had done with that fucked up voicemail to me in his messages. And I was hyping myself up. I was like, do I want to torch this man's life? But then I thought to myself, Timothy, you've torched men's life for less. Like, come on now. A man said he was busy too many times this year, and you torched that man's life. Like, I'd say this is the perfect opportunity. Because why should niggas who have done less get worse consequences than the man who's threatening to kill you? And do you think he'll kill you? You already want to kill yourself over what he said because you actually had feelings for him. So let's put everything in motion. And now things are in motion. Also, I forgot I did other things to this man, but some things I cannot say. Let's just say it's working very well. And it's so amusing and interesting to watch it play out. Like this nigga wants to pretend like he hates me, but then he'll send me text messages like, I don't know, I have no one to talk to. I wish I could trust you again. I'd be like, yeah, you could trust me. No, there were moments where he could trust me, where it was actually like we would almost have moments where it's like, okay, you fucked with my mind, I fucked with your life. We can be even Steven because I'm unmurdered and you're currently suffering the consequences of your actions. So how about we just talk civilly? And then we would talk civilly. Like I have several conversation screenshots where at some point it's just like, okay, we're talking about like Christmas events or like holiday lights or like good food. Like several pleasant phone calls and like had been had. Several pleasant voicemails, all that. And just the other day, I said it before and I'll say it again, 3 days ago, it was only a few minutes into a phone call where I was just hyping him up about how he needs to have more confidence in his life and how I genuinely want him to like have a life that makes him happy. Not on like my accord, not on his family's accord, not on his religion's accord, just what makes him truly happy at his core. Since I truly mean that, like someone like him, he's got a lot of fucking issues, but I would like to see him grow as a person. And it would be sad to if he just kept himself stagnant. But you know what, bitch? Like, it was so funny because it took like less than 3 minutes into that phone call for him to just do that thing. He had a history of doing it even as we dated. It was pathetic, but also sort of cute because I like pathetic men. And he'd just be like, what are you wearing right now? And I just told him, I was like, oh, um, a black long sleeve sweater dress that reaches like slightly at my knees. And that's about it, nothing else. And then he'd be like, oh, that's cool. And then he started stuttering a bunch and he was like, what, what, what would your ideal arrangement look like if we stayed in contact? And I just told him, oh, it'd be nice if it was like, I'm not saying we have to be friends and talk every day. No, like that wouldn't be healthy for either of us. But it would be nice if, like, I don't know, once a blue moon or even just like every Wednesday, we just call, chit chat a bit, socialize, just to hear how you're doing and progressing, really. And then if I had a event where I wanted a plus one, like, okay, I get invited to free shit all the time. It'd be nice to have some company. And I wouldn't mind tagging you along because I think it would be healthy for you to get outside your bubble. And I know you've been really craving an escape and a break from your reality because things are going really bad for you. And I don't want you to just, yeah, I want you to realize there's a life in the world out there to be had. And then he was like, this nigga was like, okay, that's cool. Mine would be if you were at my apartment right now. I was like, oh, what do you mean? And then he just proceeded to go on and be like, yeah, I wish you were at my apartment right now. And that I wish I came inside you. And just openly was just lusting for me again. Niggas are not self preserving people. I'm just saying, after everything was said and done, you still want to hold space to be like, ooh, I wish I could fuck the shit out of Timothy again. But then again, I am the only girl he's had in like an entire year since he broke up with his ex. And then on top of that, like, I'm hot as fuck. So, Jesus. Like, bro, no self preservation skills at all. Just see, white dudes are I've said it before and I said it again. White dudes are the equivalent of like dudes who would find like that demonic book from is it the Necronomicon or what the fuck is the name? Not from It Follows. The story Evil Dead. Yeah. So niggas will find an evil ass book made of human skin and eyeballs that says do not open, and then to open it. And then it'll be 3 pages like, seriously, don't open it. It's gonna get fucking terrible. It's gonna get fucking terrible. They will keep opening it. That's why there's always a white blonde dude in these stories. These fucking dumbasses. They'll be like, I'm gonna open this evil ass book. Oh, yep, still opening it. Yep. And then they'll be like, oh shit, blood rain, terror, tree rape. Ah. And then but then again, sometimes it does work out with me. There are niggas I have thrown McDonald's Sprite in the faces of and slapped. And then, like, give it a month, we will be at the beach trading books, painting together, and venting about life, and just having a pleasant time like nothing ever happened. Like, like, if you put in the groundwork, you can make a bad situation good. But some niggas, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I look at me pulling a Luke. No, I'm stuttering. Because that nigga had me speechless. It was like, wow. And anyway, funny enough, after that phone call, I think he kind of sobered up and he kind of realized, like, shit, I'm coming back to the dark side. I'm doing that thing where I'm starting to want her again. And then he changed phone numbers. Anyway, I'm a petty bitch. And I thought to myself, okay, we had an agreement where I was going to be a sane, good girl as long as we stayed in touch. We didn't have to talk every day, but like, once a week a phone call, a pleasant phone call. And he could feel himself inching closer to being like, please, Timothy, come back to my apartment so we can play video games, make out, fuck, cook together. I want you so bad. I wish we still were. Like, he could feel the slope of just like from going, you psycho bitch, to like, Timothy is so wifeable and lovable again. Because I am. I genuinely cared about that man. And to an extent, even a few days ago, I still did, believe it or not. And so he could feel that coming. So he was like, changing my number entirely. He was already having phone issues, but I think this time he was like, I'm just going to not give her my phone number. There we go. So I'd never have to give in to temptation again, and I can be a good Christian boy of the Lord. I messaged his family. I was like, hey, fix your internet and that man's phone. And I'm pretty sure they were like, what the fuck? How does she know our internet was down? Luke, did you fucking tell? Have you still been talking to her? And like, and then we were late last night. We were having all sorts of bad conversations. He still wants me so bad. It kills him inside. Ah. Anyway, so I wonder. Let's just say anything else gonna happen. For now, I am gonna do some dermaplaning and a little hair mask. Might get my hair braided. I'm planning to just get ridiculously, awesomely, gorgeously sexy in a way where he can never have me again. And that will be like I plan like yeah. And I just plan to be happy. There's no like yeah. And I'll put it this way, everything that is going poorly for him, he has coming. Cause I'll put it this way. Even a few days ago, even a week ago, consistently with him, I'll put it this way. Every single day that he is alive, he still thinks about me sucking his dick and about our sex. Several times a day. Ever since it happened. I am still constantly on that man's mind. Good. Even though it disgusts me and he never deserved me. But you know what? Whatever. Like I said, money. Two, our kids would have been ugly. Or like, I'll put it this way. I've grown into my forehead, and now it looks like, I'm just saying, I grew into mine. He has never grown into his. And his eyes are too, like, I'm just saying, it's like, yeah. And it's like, the futures we want, even at times when it seems like we could have almost met in the middle, he's still too far what he is, and I'm too awesome. So I don't deserve someone like him. And yeah, I don't deserve to cry over a broke white man because, slavery ended like, what, 100, 200 years ago? So if slavery ended that long ago, fuck do I look like still having myself attached to a broke white man? Like, nope, the Civil War and everything happened. I am free from the shackles. I don't need to be around a weird, racist little broke white dudes anymore. Thank God. God bless and amen. But I will say, also, what the fuck? Why do I have a random bump on my hand? Sorry, I just got this like random little dot on my hand, like a little. It's like blackish red. What bit me in my sleep? Are these sunspots? See, I like having cute hands, and I do not like waking up with random dots on my body. Cause look, it's like there's one here, and then there's another here. I don't even spend that much time in the sun. If this I could have another one here? Wow, I'm gonna be annoyed. I want to wait until I have liver spots on my hands. But then again, I wouldn't be shocked if I genuinely just have liver something going on, because, I don't know. Well, we know why. I need to drink more water. So I can have cute bad bitch hands. I want to be 25 with sexy hands. I don't want to start growing bumps and dots on them. I want that to happen when I'm like 56. Or 35. I could do 35. Yeah. Anyway, I wear too much shea butter for my hands to ever have blemishes on them. I'm just saying. But yeah, I guess we are towards the end point where it's like, this is a man who thoroughly desires me and wants me and still thinks about me. And he will never, ever, ever truly grow as a person unless he suffers. And it seems like he's at the stage where he just needs to suffer, and I hope he does. Yeah, I don't even need to hope. I know he is. He's actively suffering. If anything, the reason he was talking to me recently is because even during our arguments, he admits to me that everything is not going fine and that he wishes that he had a different life. And he pretends and he'll say, like, I wish I had a life where I can just be a good Catholic boy, a good Catholic man who does not renege on my values and stays in tune with what I am and all my thoughts. And, he wants to be that. He wants to be like, he wants to wear his suit, go to church 5 days a week, like, just be good. He doesn't want to just be out here fucking black non-binary chicks with mental disorders who are extremely sexy and amazing in all the ways he isn't. In some ways he is that he represses. Loser. What a dick. He likes me, but he is a pussy. And he is pathetic. And he knows that. And so I'm going to say it like this. Men fall in love through stress, and I think that is a big factor to why some men can never unhook themselves from me, because they also realize it's like, she's stressing me the fuck out, but ironically, she also is my source of peace in these fucked up, tumultuous times. And on top of that, goddamn, if you look good, you can get away with anything. He likes me a lot. He doesn't want to admit it. Or even when he does admit it, he still will kind of be like, wait, break myself from the spell, change phone numbers, tell her leave me alone. And it's like, sir, you were just telling me like 2 days ago how badly you wanted me in your arms and in your bed again. And how you regret that me and you cannot be in contact and how I live so far and all this. I'm just saying, you know what you feel towards me. Are you terrified? Absolutely. But do you like it? And it is funny how I told his family weeks ago, I was like, just so you know, he's still going to try to contact me and still try to fuck me. And it's very true, weeks later, he still wants me. Even if it is just passing lust and infatuation and obsession, it's like, eh. But I was right, wasn't I? But I will say this. Any last thoughts on this man? Not really. I'm going to get my hair done, maybe today. I'm gonna turn up and party and be awesome. Dermaplaning, full body shaving, hair braids. I'm gonna be even sexier in a way that he can never have. And as my life gets better, as I throw myself back into my beautiful, ambitious projects, he is going to suffer. He's going to deal with his fascist brother going right back to hating him. He might get uninvited from that wedding. Uh, his family will never look at him the same way again, and everything will just continue being terrible, and he will deserve it. I'm just saying, there's a million ways he could have handled a bunch of things, and he handled them all poorly. God, I look so good. I kind of see why niggas just like don't want to preserve themselves around me. Because it's like, Jesus, the face card. Mind you, this is how I look when I woke up like this. I woke like this is me when I have like food poisoning from Popeyes and a C4 in my system and my hair doing God knows what. And I still look gorgeous. Holy shit. Like even recently, I feel kind of bad. Do I want to say this recent bad thing I did to my ex Liam? I don't. Let's just say even he still wants me. I did something so terrible to him recently, and I was like, oh shit, I sent him a photo of something that a man would definitely not want to see. Oops. And I blocked him for a few weeks, like a week or two. And then guess what? I hit him up. I was like, hey, do you want to help me do laundry and Uber me out to your place and get us food? And then we can have sex and watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and like have a bunch of fun. And he was like, oh, sure, but maybe next week because I'm just sick right now. And it's like, that shouldn't work. I, I don't know. And if you're wondering to me, are you a narcissist? I think it's loading in for me, and I'm okay with that. I'm just embracing it now, because you know what? Everyone's doing what they want to do, and free will. Like, just fuck it. But for now, I don't plan to do anything else aside from focus on myself, be happy, and make more lovely community events, and look really pretty, and buy myself nice things. And there's not much else to say. Good luck to him, though. I can imagine that he's going to go right back to feeling incredibly lonely and incredibly pathetic and incredibly sad, and he'll do what every man does with me. He'll wait a very long time as his life just keeps getting more and more and more and more and more miserable, as I always stay on his mind as the best thing that's happened to him, and then he'll eventually reach out. It always happens. Even once an ex when I was 17. And he's honestly, yeah, Jesus Christ, this was a formative moment. I won't say what that ex did to me, but I will say, even years later, he was like, "Hey, yeah, I know I left her for that one girl, but like, what's her phone number? What's Tam's phone number? I want to stay in touch with her to, know, just to see how she's doing. Is she single?" It's like, sir, you tried to damage me years ago, and you kind of broke a part of my brain that hasn't fully resolved itself. So it's like, I don't know how to say this nicely. Men are not self-preserving, and they often don't, like, they're just assholes. Don't feel too bad about being mean to them. Sometimes you need to be meaner. And in this situation, even recently, like Luke last night, he was like, even if I dated you for 4 years, I would have still abandoned you in the middle of the night and made you go home to replace you to replace you in bed with my ex at 1 a.m. And it's like, oh, see, that's stupid fucking logic. And you're an idiot. And I even told him, I was like, the logic is, you were supposed, I said you could visit her in the hospital. I said you could take her back home, check in on her, all that, as long as you came back home to me and I could sleep in your bed and hold you for a few more hours until we both had to get up in the morning. You instead decided to bring her back home. And also, it's even weirder because he knows that she's fine now. So for him to really be disgustingly cruel and disgusting and be like, yeah, even though I know she was fine now, I would still do it over again because I have morals and a soul. No, you're just a fucking idiot. So you're really telling me that if you could rewind time again, knowing your ex was fine, and that no, like, that instead of just, but it's so funny because it's like he will switch up. When he hates me, he'll say, I don't regret doing that. And then when he starts fawning for me again, he'll be like, I hate that I ruined this. I should have just left her at the hospital or taken her home, and I could have had a nice night with you. And this all would have been prevented. I really like you. Like, he's lame. But yeah, shout out to men who have issues with their attraction towards me and who still fight to be attracted to me. So I don't know. I'll just tell myself, hey, he's still going to be doing terribly. I'm gonna be doing well, doing all these events, looking hella fly and beautiful and gorgeous and having a nice time, and being a magnet to all the best people in the world, as he's going to stay amongst the maggots. If anything, once I had a dream, well, I've been having more dreams about him recently, but a dream I had recently is that it was back how Luke looked when he was Beatrice, back when he was a woman, like a pretty lady with bangs, like Sabrina Carpenter, and an ass that didn't quit. Don't remind me. And in the dream, he was kind of like hoarding and collecting these huge maggots that were the size of like this teddy bear. And he was like, I know they're bad for me. I know they're not good. I know it's disgusting and they're terrible, but it's all I've got. I can't leave them alone. I need them with me. And, it's funny how the magnets were all like blonde, like the rest of his family is. And that, I kind of understood the symbolism. So in the dream, he was just cuddling a bunch of maggots, even though they were like slowly eating away at him and his environment. He was still hugging them with a smile, except in his dream, he was a she. So I think it was just symbolic for like, deep down, he knows what he is. He knows that he never wanted to detransition. He knows that he's still a little homosexual. He knows that he is Beatrice, who just desperately wants to be loved by a family that estranged them and left them for dead, and he doesn't want to go back to being homeless and heroin addicted and alone. And so it's not so easy for him to have the him, her, whatever. Not so easy for them to have the life that they want. And so I think that's why you can see them slipping back to me. Funny enough, whenever I've dated a Catholic dude, the same shit happens all the time. They fight between their attraction to me and their religion. But sometimes religion wins, sometimes I win. And even then, is it really a win? Because the men end up being lame anyway. All I'll say is he will continue ingesting the poison of a life he is currently picking, and I can flourish happy knowing that. Amen. Bye.